Here at the 2019 New York International Auto Show, Mercedes-AMG is introducing not one but two A-Class cars. Here I'm standing in front of the CLA 35 4MATIC, and the gray car is the A35 sedan 4MATIC. This is a world debut for these cars. It's all-wheel drive. It's got a turbocharged four-cylinder engine, and this is everything you ever wanted to know about these AMG cars. Brian, can you please introduce yourself?
Sure thing. My name is Brian Cotter, and I'm an AMG product manager in the United States.
You're pretty busy because you're introducing a lot of AMG cars.
Boy, are we.
So let's start with this A-Class, basically, yes. And tell me what you're introducing here at New York.
Sure. So this is the new A35 sedan. In Europe, we've already revealed the A35 hatchback, but for the US market, we've got this really awesome entry performance sedan for the A-Class family. We've never had an A-Class in the US before, and we introduced that earlier this year, and now we've got a high performance version. So we've got four-cylinder engine, 302 horsepower, all-wheel drive. It's a little rocket, which is pretty exciting for us.
People may know the GLA.
Yes.
Right, but that's older generation. This is
correct.
Brand new, right?
Yep, this is a brand new platform, all new platform. The underpinnings of this car will also be on the CLA and some other small cars in the future, so all new from the ground up, which is pretty neat.
And so the engine is also new architecture,
That's correct, yep. Okay. It's an all new engine architecture. Internally, we call this engine the M260, that's the engine code name.
Okay.
But it's a 2-liter engine. It's got a twin-scroll single turbocharger, and yeah, like I said, it puts out 302 horsepower and 295 pound-feet of torque.
All right, let's look at this 2-liter and see what it looks like. Boom! Brand new architecture, 2 liters, 302 horsepower. And Mercedes-AMG tells me this engine is capable of more power than this. They wouldn't say anything else, but it's a hint, hint, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Show me some of the interior features.
Yeah, absolutely.
What's going on the inside?
Yeah, let's take a peek inside. So inside this car, we have a dual 10.25-inch instrument cluster and command screen. This system uses MBUX, which is our new voice control system, which is pretty neat. We're also introducing a touchscreen in this. So many of our new cars now have a touchscreen, so does the A35. It's a really neat system too. In a lot of our cars, the screens are really big and they fit the car, like in the E-Class and the S-Class. This is an A-Class. It's a small car, so slightly smaller screens. It fits the character of the car nicely.
But it has a family resemblance, I would say, to
yes.
all the other cars.
Yeah. So the same DNA is shared, I would say, but the execution is just a little bit different. You got to specialize, right, for each class of vehicle.
And you have a kind of a keypad in the center as well?
Yeah, correct. So if you want to control your infotainment system, you can either use your voice, you can use this touchpad in the middle, you can use the touch screen itself, or you can use this little trackpad on the steering wheel. So it gives you 4 different ways to control just about every function, whatever you prefer. Okay, so this is the sedan. Can you show me the CLA? Yeah, absolutely. Let's go take a look. It's a new color for us, which is nice. We had a yellow very similar to this back in, I guess, the mid to late 90s that we had on the SLK, and we've got it again now. So we're calling this Sunburst Yellow. It's a neat color. So kind of the same running gear, so yep. The platform is the same. Yep. Except the CLA kind of has more of a roofline, a sloping roofline. Exactly. So on the A-Class, it's more of a traditional 3-box shape. So you have a clearly defined trunk. In this, you'll see that the roof kind of slopes down gradually until the car ends. So it's what we call a 4-door coupe. Some people don't like the phrase 4-door coupe, but sure. We're sticking to it. And yeah, so it's a little bit sportier. It's a little bit quicker than the A35. So this will do 0 to 60 in 4.6 seconds. The A35 will do it just a 1/10 of a second slower than that. Okay. So this is just a little bit sportier overall. How come? Is it just because of kind of a weight differences or tuning of the... your center of gravity is a little bit lower. Since the greenhouse is smashed out a little bit longer, you're lowering the center of gravity somewhat. And other than that, it's really just about delivering power to the ground. So this one's got a little bit wider rear wheels. You're able to put the power down just a little bit more effectively. How about the exhaust system? Is there several modes in there as well? Yeah, exactly. So there's a few different exhaust systems systems available for the car. The base one has an automatically controlled flap in the exhaust, so if you're in a comfort mode, it's a little bit quieter. If you're in a performance mode, it's a little bit louder. But there's also the optional AMG Performance exhaust, which has a user-controllable flap, which makes the exhaust very loud all the time if you want, or very quiet if you prefer.
Okay, so this is the smallest sedan they have. I'm 6'2". Hey, I got enough legroom, but my headroom, especially in the CLA, the low coupe, the headroom is not great. My head is hitting. But hey, for style and performance, you got to give up something, I guess. The driver's seat is much better. I want to be driving. The A35 and the CLA 35 AMG cars are basically the entry point to the AMG family for Mercedes, and it also has a new interior which is very performance oriented, including the touch screen, and everything seems to be just scaled just right. I'm 6'2" and I'm here behind the wheel, and I feel really comfortable, and I can feel like this could be a really high performance car, but of course I still have to drive it to find out. Okay, so let's get back to the A35.
Sure.
When is it going to be available for the sedan?
So the A35 will be launched early next year as a model year 2021.
Okay.
And then the CLA 35 actually comes out at the end of this year as a model year 2020.
Okay. Fun. Do you have pricing yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. We'll probably have pricing for the CLA in probably fall, I would say, or late summer, and then the A we probably won't have until the very end of this year. So Germany's announced the pricing. I don't know the prices in Germany. It's not necessarily relevant for us either, but yeah, we're still working on that. It takes a lot of moving parts to get the pricing finalized.
All right, well, thanks a lot.
Yeah, absolutely, Andre.
Yeah, no, pricing is not available yet, but I cannot wait to get these two cars to Colorado, put it on our test track, give it to Paul Gerard, our professional race car driver, and see if these claims of 0 to 60 times and handling and performance are actually true in the real world. Go back to TFLcar.com for more news, views, and real-world car reviews.